The No Big Deal leaked album.
He didn't leak it.
I know, but that's like the thing. Everyone's like, "Oh, it leaked," and I'm like, "It's just propaganda."
No, he's saying, so he's bringing back like the whole mixtape thing because he believes this could even be a section. Why not? Because he said essentially that like Soulja Boy is like one of the greatest rappers of all time because of. But listen,
No, I know.
we're not talking lyricists.
I know. We're about to
this
talk
can
about
be a discussion. You know what? I'm saving that for later.
Yep.
So, but how he changed the culture, incorporated dance into hip hop, which is a huge part of it.
I agree.
And just the mixtape era, changing it on Dat Piff. So he was saying on social media to market it, he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna leak it on Dat Piff." Like,
yeah, no. I that's what I keep telling people as they're like, "Yo, it got leaked." Could you imagine that? And I'm like, it didn't get leaked. It's just it's a ploy to get people to listen to it. I mean, that's just what it is. Like I love Andy Mineo. He's one of my favorite artists, but I think he did the exact same thing with the Work in Progress podcast that he just put or played, whatever you want to call. I don't even know what you would call that album. It was more like a playlist, but like that he put together. It was just like, they're like, oh, like he literally posted, he's like, got new music coming out this summer. And then like the next day or like 2 days later, his, what is it? I don't even know who.
Manager?
I think it's his manager, is like, while Andy's on stage, grabs Andy's phone and it's like, yo, he's got this song. You got to release it. And then like a week later, Andy Mineo's like, oh yeah, like I'm responding. The fans have woken me up. I guess I'll do it. What I'll do actually is I'll put together all of these songs and I'll throw together a project at the end of the summer. And then somehow they already had all the podcasts like fully written out. His website was like fully prepared. Yo, the dude's website was like fully prepared for this whole thing. I'm like, this is such a freaking marketing scheme. It's just a way for, this is like, oh, it's fully planned, bro. There's like, literally, there was a meeting at Reach Records somewhere, and they were like, Andy, release all these songs. He's like, I don't know, they're like not really up to like snuff. I don't really want to release them. They don't have any like place in a project right now. I just don't really see being able to do it. And they're like, what if we just did this thing? We'll call it like, I don't know, Work in Progress or something like that. And then we'll just like act like it's this whole random thing that we did, and you'll throw it all together, and then people will have their expectations lower because they're like, oh, it's not like Andy Mineo music. It's like he wasn't ready to release it, so it's not as good. But then the songs are going to slap still. And they just like put all the music out. And I was like, yo, okay. They put out like 11 podcasts in like, what, 3 weeks? They had all of these ready. They put out like a song a week, and they had podcasts for all of them. And it wasn't like it was just him and his manager. They had like crazy guests on there too. I'm like, this was planned.
So yeah, let's put the title at the end of this. Wave.
Yes. It'll be perfect.
Wait, but I do have a rebuttal against that actually.
All right, go.
I don't think it was like, I think they thought about it for a while, and Andy really had a struggle of like putting out new music because he hadn't in a while. So I do genuinely think they sat him down and was like, I think you should just release these unfinished songs that you won't put on your new projects that you're working on, and just like let people to hear it.
No, I agree. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that it was planned. So you're agreeing with me. It was a planned thing.
They said it was planned, though. They said it was planned.
No, they didn't, yo. They did not. They literally. But that was okay. You can't get on that artist's social media and say, "Oh, Andy doesn't know I'm doing this. I want the fans to get this music out there on Sunday." And then have that artist again on Friday post another story that was like, okay, I've heard you. I'm going to release the song. Thanks. I forget. What is the manager's name again?
Oh, wait. So at the concert, they played one of the new songs and people liked it?
No. Literally, while Andy was on stage, his manager had Andy's phone logged into his Instagram account and posted a video of him like whispering backstage, like, here's what you guys got to do. Like, I've been telling him to put out this song, but he won't do it. But if the fans say put out the song, he's going to have to do it. And so they did. And then that was like Sunday or I don't know, Monday or something like that. And then literally that same Friday, Andy posted us a video that was like, hey, I heard you. Good stunt. I forget his name. What's the guy's name again?
Huh.
And he's like, good stunt. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. He was pretty much like, I hear you. I'll do it. But if I'm going to do it, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to release a few singles along with podcasts that say why I didn't want to release it. And then I will like put it to project together at the end of the summer. So they marketed it. So it was like this impromptu thing that Andy just kind of got like arm twisted into. But in reality, I'm saying like, there's no diss against Andy or Reach Records for doing it this way. I'm just saying that like there's legitimacy to the fact that labels are very good at marketing things in a way that makes people think like, oh my gosh, this is leaked, or oh my gosh, this isn't like real. But in reality, it's this like the same amount of planning went into this as it did marketing it and putting it out. They just wanted to go a different way to get more buzz.
That makes sense because when he posted the album, he had 3 podcasts before the album dropped.
Yeah.
Like 3 live on Spotify and YouTube, like sitting down, having the recordings of the podcast. But then I listened to the whole album and it had like podcast clippings in it.
And some of the podcast clippings weren't actually podcasts that were released yet.
Yes. And then later I heard 3 new podcasts that were in the album and I go, wait. So
that's what I'm saying. Yo, they marketed this thing as if it was this impromptu decision, but it clearly had months of planning. And plus, I can't shake this. Like, I think Andy goofed up because he literally posted like on his Instagram story or something like that, like a few days before like this whole thing started with his manager, like posting that video where he was literally like, new music coming this summer. And the only music that he's dropped since he did that was all of these things. Like, I was thinking like, oh, if this was impromptu, then we're actually going to hear a real Andy Mineo project. But he hasn't dropped that yet. So I'm like, this was the setup. And he goofed. I believe it. I love him. He's one of my favorite artists of all time, in my personal opinion. But
interesting.
Yeah. We should have marketing ploys as another podcast episode.
I know. Well, No Big Deal is apparently independent, and he's been doing fairly well.
Oh, yeah, that's right. When did he leave Reach? Like this past year?
He was never on Reach.
He was. He got signed to Reach.
No.
Didn't he get signed to Reach along with What Up RG?
No, that was 1K Few.
1K Few. I always get those two mixed up. I don't know why. I don't really listen to either of them. That's probably why. But I liked this. I liked this album. I don't listen to No Big Deal, but I was a fan of. I think there was some good songs in there.
Yeah.
Insecure on the man though. Hood room, but I can't go. Good move if I say so. Might rap over didgeridoos in a banjo. Got a bando, I'ma lay low. Waters mayo, got a primo, but I KO on my OKs in the old days. It's a weird flex, but I'm so late like a day old. So I don't hate all the fake hoes in the A.